I'll be giving a presentation entitled Basing Habits, Bathroom Environment, and Quality of Life in Community Center Users in Rural Areas of Japan. We'd like to thank you for the opportunity to present our work. Japan has the world's most aged population. Our study area is located in the countryside and has a large number of elderly people. The Fukui City Council of Social Welfare conducts salon activities for the elderly at local community centers for the purpose of care prevention. Our study area, Fukui City, is the capital of Fukui Prefecture. Fukui Prefecture is located to the east of Kyoto and has a long coastline facing the Sea of Japan, as well as mountains over 1,000 meters high. There are 31 hot springs in Fukui Prefecture and many centers and super centers, mainly in the city center. In the winter and summer of 2020, we conducted self-administered questionnaire survey on bathing habits, bathing environment, and quality of life in rural and mountainous coastal areas. Participants who gathered at a salon activity for the elderly held at a local community center responded to our questionnaires. Our questionnaire is made up of 3 parts: questionnaire on bathing habits and the environment in bathroom and changing room, EuroQOL and SF36 version 2. In winter, 88 participants and 86 participants in summer filled in the questionnaire. Most respondents in the mountain coastal area were in their 80s or older than those in the rural area. Here are about the results of average number of baths per week and time zone for bathing by winter and summer. They tended to bathe less frequently in winter than in summer. Here are about the result of average number of baths per week by location of respondents in winter and in summer. Residents of mountain coastal areas tended to bathe less frequently in winter. The left-hand graph shows bathing style by winter and summer. In winter, more people took baths than showers, and high-temperature baths tend to be preferred. The right-hand graph shows water temperature of bathtub bathing by winter and summer. In winter, high-temperature baths tend to be preferred. Here are graphs about bathing style by location of respondents in winter and in summer. Residents in all regions were more likely to bathe in the tub in winter and shower in summer. Here are graphs about bathtub bathing duration in winter or in summer by location of respondents. In all regions, people spent more time in the bathtub in winter than in summer. Here are graphs about feeling cold in the bathroom or changing room at home in winter season by location of respondent. In winter, residents in mountainous coastal area tend to feel the bathroom and changing room at home were cold. Here are graphs about heating equipment used in the bathroom or changing room at home in winter by location of respondents. In the mountainous areas, many households did not have heating equipment in the bathroom, especially in the changing room. Here are graphs about EuroQOL EQ5D5L results. In terms of mobility, residents of rural areas were more likely to say no problem. There was little difference between the two populations in terms of self-care, with most of them being no problem. There was little difference between the two populations in terms of usual activities, with most of them being no problem. In terms of pain, discomfort, residents of the mountain coastal area were more likely to report slight problems. In terms of anxiety, depression, residents of the mountain coastal area were a little more likely to report slight problems. Residents in the mountain coastal area tend to have poorer ADLs than those in the rural area, especially about pain, discomfort. In the mountain coastal area, most residents were over 80 years old. This may be one of the reasons for the poorer ADLs. Moreover, most of the inhabitants of the mountain coastal area live independently in old houses, either as elderly couples or as elderly people living alone. The inhabitants of the mountain coastal area are physically and mentally healthy enough to be able to stand on their own feet, despite their advanced age, because they are active in the community doing household chores and farming. On the other hand, cold bathrooms and dressing rooms in the winter are a problem for residents of the mountain coastal area. Such an environment can be hazardous to health and lead to accidents during bathing. Back and knee pain, which is more common in older people, can also be exacerbated in cold conditions. Baths other than at home, such as onsen, Sento and Super Sento, are no longer accessible from the mountain area in winter due to snowfall. Also, due to COVID-19, there are fewer opportunities to go to baths outside home. The installation of heating equipment in bathrooms and changing rooms is a priority for people living in rural areas, especially in the mountain areas where the winters can be very cold. Thank you very much for your attention.